And now, the best 60-ish seconds of your week. And this week, Joe Biden emerges once again from his basement bunker, this time to tell us about his scheme for dealing with climate change. Now, this is a $2 trillion plan that he has proposed, basically taking dollars out of the pockets of taxpayers so that government bureaucrats can use it to dramatically pick winners and losers and reshape American energy development and policy. What he essentially does is, over the course of a decade and a half, and we're guessing Joe won't be with us that entire time, says that coal and natural gas will be illegal for the production of electricity. Think about that and how that plays across the Rust Belt, and in particular in states like Pennsylvania, where so many families depend upon natural gas in particular, and coal as well, for their family's future, their income, their well-being. Didn't work for Hillary Clinton so well in 2016. I got a hunch that that plan really isn't going to work that well for Joe Biden either, but what do you expect from a plan developed by John Kerry, of all people, and AOC at his side? The radical left has really taken over the Biden campaign. I think we're going to continue to see increased evidence of that over the course of the rest of the campaign. And on the rest of the economic front, the Federal Reserve this week tells us that we're in for kind of a rough third quarter and maybe even difficult times into the fourth. Now, a lot of folks suggested that the third quarter would not be that great, but that the fourth quarter would be where the economy would really emerge and the comeback would be on. The Fed trying to put a little bit of a damper onto that, saying that it's going to be a foggy time ahead for the economy, but yet you look at what's going on, the markets continue to move up, retail sales stronger than expected in June and throughout the second quarter. Housing starts dramatically up. There's still a problem with unemployment, where those numbers are not where they should be yet, but consumer confidence, which has been at the core of our economic success over the course of the past couple of years, is again rising and back to really good and solid levels. We'll have to wait and see how all that plays out. And another thing the left has been griping about this week is the commutation of the sentence of Roger Stone. Now look, folks that know me know I'm not a big Roger Stone fan. I've known him for a long, long time. But here's the fact of the matter. This is a relatively innocuous commutation. The folks on the left are screaming, oh, he's pardoned and commuted the sentence of known criminals. Well, guess what? You don't get a commutation or a pardon unless you are a criminal. And here's the fact. Donald Trump has commuted the sentences of 11 people. His predecessor, President Obama, commuted 1,700 plus during the course of his administration. Ronald Reagan, by example, 13. George Bush, 11. Even President Clinton only did 61. You've got to go back to before the Great Depression and add all of the presidents together before you get to a number even close to what Barack Obama did, including some really outrageous ones of known terrorists and drug dealers, major drug dealers, etc. But here's the commutation of a relatively minor figure being blown way out of proportion once again. But this too is passing. Now they're on to the next book about Donald Trump. Oh, do you remember the book about Trump that John Bolton wrote? That suddenly has disappeared as well. So the campaign will continue, and thankfully, we're finally getting down to talking about real issues as Joe Biden trots out his plan on climate change and President Trump comes forward with one to really deal with China, which is going to be a very significant issue in the coming election. Finally, at a time when we should be talking about the All-Star game, we're chatting about opening day, which occurs in less than a week for Major League Baseball. What a glorious time we hope that will all be. And we should note that on this date, almost a century ago, Ty Cobb hit his 4,000th base hit. One of only two players in Major League history to hit 4,000 or more times at the plate. You know who the other one was. Doesn't he deserve a spot in the Hall of Fame too? Take it from a good Philly boy, he does. And one final thing. The left and their counterculture has been suggesting that we should boycott Goya because the president of that Hispanic-owned business somehow managed to make nice comments about Donald J. Trump. But instead of the boycott, look what's happened. People are buying Goya products off of the shelves. And let me suggest this. Again, we don't commercialize, but I will tell you, tastes really good for you. Try buying a few Goya products this week. You won't be sorry. Because for now, that is the best 60-ish seconds of your week.